That's the green Hollander. Now this is a reduced version of the featherwing, a fishing version in itself. But the green Hollander is one of the famous classics. You know, when you speak green Hollander, you're talking Jock Scott, Silver Gray, Silver Doctors, in reverent tones.
Whoa! When you speak green Highlander.
Yeah. And a green Hollander is a favorite of mine because a hair-wing green Hollander got my first salmon, and a feather-wing green Hollander got my first big fish, an 18-pounder in the lower Humber. Number 2 green Hollander, feather-wing.
Number 2?
Yeah.
So that's the number?
That's the number. That's the size hook.
Deadly. Alrighty. Well, to help you tie the feather-wing version of the green Highlander, here's a list of materials you're going to need. The hook is a number 4 Bart Leet. That's not a typo. It is called a Bart Leet. The thread is white 3/0 monocord, black 6/0 monocord. The tag, extra fine oval silver tinsel. The tail, golden pheasant crest. The butt, black wool. Ribs, oval silver tinsel. The body, the rear quarter is yellow floss, and the remainder is green seal fur. The body hackle is green. The throat is yellow. The underwing is golden pheasant tippet. The wing, here we go. Yellow, orange, and green goose, peacock wing with sides of barred wool duck, veiled with strips of bronze mallard with a topping over all. And the head is black. Sounds like something from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Never ever heard of a wool duck, though. A wood duck I've heard of, but not a wool duck.
How much wool would a wood duck chuck if a wood duck chuck too? Anyways.
Okay.
What the heck? Go for it. So this is a little bit of a different hook first. Just to tell our viewers about this hook, Rob.
And this is a Bart Leet hook.
A Bart Leet hook.
And that's a solid
hook. How about
hook.
spinning her over there so they can see why it's different? Look at that.
You see, it's got a rounded shank.
Yeah.
And it's actually
got a gap in it too.
Yeah. Actually, what it is, it's an extra long shank. It's almost like a low water or dry fly version of a salmon hook, but then again, it's got this round radius in here. You know, beautiful hook to tie on. So that's what we'll do. We'll start tying.
Great.
Now we're going to come back. We're going to attach our thread. Not quite half. We're going to give ourselves quite a little bit of headspace this time, because I'm going to show you a different technique to do a winging and hackling. So you can't crowd your heads on these flies. Now we'll tie in our extra fine oval or silver tinsel for the tag, and we'll just bury it in along the side like we normally do.
Okay.
Fill in that return loop. It's not as important with these with the seals for bodied fly, but it's a good habit to get into anyway.
Slow down, boy. Slow down. What's your hurry? What are you talking about?
Always to compensate for that return loop.
Okay.
Now I've got some cement on the shank as normal.
As per usual.
Yeah. But you have to remember these flies are not as quick to tie as.
No. So you're in a hurry.
Not too much of a hurry that our viewers won't be able to follow it.
What about if I can follow though? That's more important.
Well, you would never.
Give the viewers a little more credit than you give me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
Okay. We're going to wind it on nice and flat.
How long and winding.
Rolled.
Bart Leet.
Yeah. Okay. Now, normally in classic flies, the tag starts right where the barb starts.
Oh, okay.
And I'll get that over here so our viewers can see it.
Actually, I can see it now.
Okay, our tag would usually start here, but I'm not going to go that far to the back because I don't want my tail extending past the bend.
Yeah. There's a real, I guess this is one of the things about a Bart Leet, but there is a real, look, I get to do something here. A bend in it. What is the advantage of that?
Well, what happens is that you're going to get your wing is going to be kicked a little higher, and your hackle is going to be well out from the body, and you get a nice action in your fly. So,
do you recommend this hook for most feather wing patterns? The style?
And hair wings. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But this is the first time you've used this particular type of hook on the show.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
You know, so many episodes.
Yeah, I know. I only got them the other day.
Any more practical reasons?
Excellent fly for fishing. It gets the fly down deep too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little deeper. It's a thin wire hook, so there's not much water resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll wrap our tinsel forward in nice, even, tight turns.
Okie dokie.
And now there's no yellow floss in this dressing, so we got to make the oval silver tinsel a fair portion of it, right? As you can see, we've got done. I'll just start it off at 2 turns. So far, so good.
Come see, come stuff.
Don't eat on the box, Okay, now I've already selected some tails, and here's a little hint for our viewers. Preparing these crests, what I've done is I've washed them on the skin, and I pluck them out, and I put them into the shape. I'll wet them and put them in the shape that I want, and put them in the microwave, and put the microwave on for a minute, and it comes out just the right shape, as you can see.
Hang on, okay. So you leave them out attached. Wash the whole works.
Wash the whole head.
Okay, then pluck them off.
Then pluck them off as you need them.
Bend them as to the shape you
want
them.
You have to wet them, really wet them.
And then stick them in the microwave.
Lay it on the microwave, the microwave, and just...
a piece of plate or something?
No, I just put it right in there. For about a minute, and I just put it to the shape that I want it to, and as soon as, after a minute's gone, here we are. A beautiful crystal.
Yeah. I hope that wasn't the tip of the week.
No.
Wow, they're going to get double the bang for their money.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now, I'll tie that in with 3 turns. That's a little long. That's your fault. You know, you got me all flustered.
Oh.
Remember, this is a fishing fly, not an exhibition fly, so we're going to keep our tail inside the bend, correct?
Well, you may very well make an exhibition of yourself while fishing the fly.
Now, the next material, I've already had this stripped and prepared, is ostrich herring. Now, I said wool for the butt. We're going to use, we're going to use chenille, fine chenille.
Okie dokie.
And again,
when you say you stripped it, all you did was you just
expose the core.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I use this is because, you know, featherwing flies are delicate in itself because of the materials that you use, but you can bone up and you know, make those materials a little bit more durable, or the fly itself more durable by using different materials. Like now, that called originally for, the butt originally called for ostrich herring, and you look at ostrich herring and it's a very fragile feather. Looks nice, looks beautiful, but it's very niche, you know.
So what are you going to do with the rest of that piece?
I'll just cut that out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll just tie it in, tie it out.
Use it again some other day.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot there, you know.
Okay.
But that makes a nice oval butt. Normally we use wool here, but I'm going to use, again, that nice micro chenille. Excellent.
Micro chenille.
That's what it's called. That's the brand name.
Really?
Yes, sir. You can laugh and you can jeer.
No, I never jeer, just laugh.
Okay, now we're going to strip off. Can I have those tackle pliers, sir, please? Thank you very much. We're going to strip off and expose the core of this tinsel as we did there. Was it last week we did this technique? Yes.
Yes. 2 weeks ago.
Okay. There we are. That reduces the bulk in the fly, right?
So you just want your hackle pliers or something so you get a good grip on it.
Yep.
And then strip it away.
And I'll just lay it up on the far side, just so it's held there. Make one wrap, and I'm going to pull it down just slightly.
Okay.
Now, our body is 1/4 yellow on the aft side and 3/4 green seal remainder, right?
Yes.
So, well, thanks very much, Earl.
All right, feet place up.
Okay, we're going to use our scissors as a caliper. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more rep should do it. There. And that's my 1/4. That's how I got it. I'll use my scissors as a caliper.
Okay. Not a caterpillar, but a caliper.
Yep. Now we can get pretty tied up, and you know, when you're doing classics for exhibition and whatever, you have to use. Well, you don't have to use, but you should use.
So you're just splitting this in half.
Yeah. You should use a ruler to get your measurements.
Oh wow. Okay.
If you're trying for competition or something like that, you know.
That's what they look for, I guess, is it?
Oh, everything's going to be just right.
Just so.
Yeah. Okay, again.
So now why did you half that?
Oh, because I didn't want it too bulky, right?
Okay.
3, 4. I tied it in with 4 turns right on top of each other.
Will it still be strong enough?
Oh, yes, yes. I just want it to lay flat, right, nice and flat, and be fairly thin, right? Okay. And we wrap forward. Now you can see that there's a little bit of a taper there. It's thin in the rear, and a little thicker at front, and that's what you're trying to achieve. We'll taut it after 2 turns. Oh, the next thing is what we're going to do is we're going to tie in a body hackle. Now this is going to be a little bit.
Did you get that off the fella's dollar?
Yeah, that's just a rooster neck, Chinese rooster neck, dyed green Highlander green, and it's a nice color. It's a beautiful color, deep green, you know.
Nice big feather.
Yeah, you don't want them too big though. If I get the right size here, this is it, right here.
Okay.
Yep. Now we got to double that. I'm not going to get all caught up in showing our viewers the technique of doing that because we've done it so many times.
Well, there's always a chance a new viewer tune in
okay,
for the
yes,
first
of
time,
course,
so
of course.
So rude.
Okay, here we go. We put the butt of the stem in the hackle pliers, and the dull side facing us, and we'll just roll it over so that the fibers are coming off one side of the stem. And what that does is when you tie it in and you wrap it, all the fibers are going to be slanted to the rear, and that's what we want.
Plus you get the impression of
legs.
Twice as much
hackle, yeah.
for half the amount.
Yeah. Now I'm going to put these other little hackle pliers on.
Whoa, look at this.
Because I want to get up as close to the tip as possible.
This is new.
Yeah. Oh, that's not new.
That's why it's new.
No.
Never practiced.
No, see, the thing is, you know what?
What?
What did I tell you about glasses?
You're blind.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting there, boy.
Rob has a new pair of glasses. We didn't wear them for today's show.
Well, there we go. We got it. That's good enough.
It's a sign of age.
Okay, no, yeah, that's right.
Just give up on the small ones altogether.
Yeah, okay,
right.
we've got it doubled.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that it's all coming off one side of the stem.
Yep.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to dub on some green seal fur.
Oh, okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that out and I'm going to spread it out a little.
It says green seal fur, but that doesn't look like seal fur.
It's not seal fur.
Uh-huh.
It's a synthetic.
Do I notice things for what?
How did you know it wasn't seal fur?
Because I know what seal fur looks like.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, very good, John. You're learning.
That looks like green pea seal fur.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Green pea seal fur. I better shut up or we'll lose all our viewers.
Yeah. Don't want to say green peas too loud.
No. Okay, now what I've done, I'll just pick it apart and just strand it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now with seal's fur, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury this underbody and then chat a line. But with seal's fur, we had to make a dubbing loop, and you've seen us make the dubbing loop in some of our previous shows, right?
That's right.
But with this stuff here, you don't have to use it. And it's like I say, it's a synthetic, but it's a beautiful, beautiful substitute because you don't have to make the dubbing loop. You can dub it right onto the thread.
So why are you using synthetic? Because you couldn't get real
seal's
stuff?
fur.
Or is this easier to work with?
It's easier to work with, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, seal's fur is hard to get. Baby seal. That's what we use for our seal's fur. You can't use the adult seal. It's hair more than fur.
Okay.
And, okay, I just got that waxed up a bit. And it's a lot easier to work with, and it's a beautiful, it's a nice color.
Yeah.
It's more translucent than seal. I loves it.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen very many seals that were translucent.
No, seal's fur is really nice. It's a beautiful hair fur. Beautiful. And on Exhibition Classics,
You go with the real stuff.
oh, you got to.
Yeah. No substitutes.
We'll have no substitutes here. Huh? Now you can see that I'm rolling in one direction.
I say Rob has mentioned exhibitions and things like that. In case we have some new viewers who perhaps aren't familiar with Rob's background, he has in the past entered world-class fly tying competitions and finished quite respectably. Placed second in the world in 2 different classes for different flies that he tied, an original fly and both originals? No, one was a...
Let me think. No, 2 of them were originals, yeah.
And probably what we'll have to do is get you maybe before the season's over to bring in one of those flies just to show, because an exhibition fly, like he's saying, is perhaps, you wouldn't fish it. It's a little more hoity-toity.
But I know, I fished them.
Special hooks and then little glass cases, and if you mess it up, he gets right mad at you and everything. And
oh, yeah. What worse? Okay, now, well, I'm just going to lay this in here, and I'm using the other set of hackle pliers as a weight just to hold it in. Yep. There we go.
What are you doing, buddy?
Okay, we got her.
You got her. You got her.
Takes a little while, but we get her every time, don't we? Okay, now we're going to wrap that up.
And this is the bulk of the body.
Yeah.
It's like we said, the bottom quarter was the yellow.
Yep.
And then the other 3/4 was the green seal fur.
Right on.
And you measured it quite well.
Yeah, not bad. I'm going to tighten up on that
last little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done indeed.
Okay. And we're going to...
Green on green.
Okay, what we have to do now is we have to wrap our rib. First turn is on the yellow.
Okay.
Second turn is just hitting the green and in front of where we tied the hackling. Third turn is in the middle, and your fourth and your fifth rib. And you tie it off underneath. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what we'll do there is we just wrap our double hackle up behind the rib. Now the reason for that is so that the material that material won't be pulled out. It has to go right tight up against the rib. You just can't wind up because what will happen is those fibers will really kick up bad, so you got to sort of lay your hackle pliers over. Like we do on our throat, right?
So you're going to follow the path of the ribs.
Oh yeah, right behind the rib.
Okay.
Not in front, but behind.
This is a new technique.
Yeah. And make one turn just at the end of the body.
A little bit up by the head.
Yep. Just to thicken it up for your hackle.
The impression now is a whole bunch of legs right up through the whole body.
That's right, exactly. Now what I usually do here is I'll make 10 turns in place. 10. That's just to secure the hackle because I'm going to pick off some of those fibers on top so that my next material is going to lay right on top of it.
Okay. Well, whilst you do that, why don't we take a dramatic pause and go to what we love to call, and the sponsor certainly likes to call, the G. Loomis Fly Rod Tip of the Week.
What I'm going to do is this calls for golden pheasant tippet underwing.
Okay.
Now, normally after I finish the body, I would put in my hackle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my underwing, and the reason for that is that I want to reduce the head size. Right?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Even if I don't, I'll sort of nod in the affirmative.
Okay, now.
Allow you to continue.
Because that's why I give myself a lot of head space. I've got a lot of materials to go in there, and you can get pretty crowded up.
Now, why are you using this?
This is flex cement, and it's a rubber-based cement. Excellent, secures the materials really well.
Really?
God bless the frog in my throat. Okay, now I just got that tied in with 2 turns.
Yeah.
I'll clip out the waist ends, and I'm going to tie in, or actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tie off this thread.
Right.
Because we're going to go to our black now.
6 monocord.
Right on, Vern.
Boy, oh boy.
Watch this now.
Look at this. 2 spools going at the same time here. Speed demon.
Okay, you see what I've got done now? You see that there's a lot of white thread showing in behind the black, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Okay, watch what happens now when I tie in this hackle.
Mm-hmm.
Just take the pliers off just so I can...
Good to go with it.
Yep.
All right. And again, you've already doubled it.
I've already doubled it.
Like a cooking show here. We did that in advance.
Yeah. 3 turns.
Okay. And tie it off.
2, 3. I just tie it off at 3 turns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You can really see how it's cut down on the
head size. Now, here's the thing now. We're going to make a collared and pull down throat.
Which is what?
Watch.
Yes, Obi-Wan.
Now, that is the English style throat.
Uh-huh.
Now you can see Now, when I get my wing on, all that's going to be covered.
All right.
So that's how you reduce your head size.
All right. Well, there you have it. The tip of the week for this week. All righty. Let's finish her up here.
Okay,
winding
wings.
down in a hurry.
Yeah, I've already married my wings.
Yeah. Now, we did this technique in an earlier show.
Yep.
So he's taken a 3 different wing material.
4 different, actually.
4. Got the concave sides. They're all going in the same direction.
Yep.
They're all matched up.
All from the same side of the bird.
All from the same side. And then you just sort of lay them on so that that takes a bit of time too to sort of search around and try and find.
Oh, they got to be matched up well.
Matched up not only in when they all bend, but in the depth of them and width of them and everything else.
Definitely. You know? Okay, I'm going to tie that off with 3 or 4 more turns. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm going to clip off the excess. Got to be careful. You don't want to shift the wings around on this one, you know.
While you're clipping it.
Yeah. So that means you really got to have a nice sharp pair of scissors or a razor blade.
It'd be difficult with a razor blade though, because you're trying to hold on to the wing and cut them at the same time.
No, razor blade really works well.
Does it?
Yeah. Single razor blade. Okay, now I'll undo 2 turns, so that's only tied in with 2 turns, and again I'll put on Dave's flex cement. You see, the old classics, when you look at somebody's box and you see an old classic fly from years and years ago, and you say, boy, God, that's in good shape, you know? And the reason it was because they used a lot of liquid wax. And this is just as good as liquid wax, better.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
What's left to do?
All we got to do is put on our sides, which in this case is wood duck.
Uh-huh.
Barred wood duck.
How come you just didn't tie that in with the other married material?
No, you can't.
Sacrilege.
Do it. Yeah. That goes in separate. Sacrilege is the right word, John. Although I must say it would work out well on just fishing flies, right?
Yeah, but not for something to put out on display.
No.
They would spot that right away and they'd go.
Oh, yeah.
The heathen.
Yeah.
The barbarian.
Okay, I'll tie that one on the far side. Oh, golly, I'll tell you, we're really whipping through this fly, aren't we?
But doing superbly.
Yep. I know.
No ego problem there.
No. Clip out the excess.
There really is a lot more dressing material in a fly like this.
Ooh, there's a river. There's a river. Now I'm going to put these sections together, facing.
What is this? This is your
bronze mallard roof.
The bronze mallard.
So I'm going to hump that. Hump it over a bit and put it right on top. Tie it right on top. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. And it went on nice, really nice.
I hope said salmon appreciates the amount of work that goes into this.
Well, you see, this is why hair wings were developed, right?
Remember when we did that casting show, all we had was a bit of wool on the end of the line? The trout were going mad for it. You sort of wonder to yourself, what the heck am I going through all the trouble to tie this for? Piece of fluorescent orange wool, and they were all going mad on it.
Yep.
But I guess that won't always work.
No, you're not just kidding. You wish. No, it's nice to talk different material, or different flies, whatever, different patterns, and devise your own patterns to get you closer to the sport, right?
And this is just the...
There we go.
Going over.
And what we'll do there is we got one stray fiber kicking over. We'll tie that out. I'm going to put a little cement there so that the thread doesn't slip down when I tie it off.
While you're doing that, I'll say goodbye to everybody because we're running out of time in a hurry. So thanks very much for tuning in. A quick reminder that next week's show is ice fishing. We went, we did it, we've done it, and now we're going to show it.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful day, I'll tell you that much. And I think everyone will enjoy it.
I think so.
We had a great day out ice fishing.
Yeah.
So, and you'll finally get to meet Cyril. What more could you ask for?
Everybody's just waiting to meet Cyril.
We actually got a letter there last week where somebody actually said hi specifically to Cyril, our cameraman.
Yep.
So
that's nice. Nice to include the volunteers.
Yep.
They don't know what he's like though.
They'll find out next week. Well, there it is. What a job, Rob.
Thank you.
Super, 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 super looking fly. That's it. That's it for the Green Highlander in the traditional featherwing style.
Yeah.